Brian Gomez.
I mean, everyone's away.
And head coach for San Antonio FC, Darren Powell.
Absolutely gorgeous evening here in San Antonio, Texas, here at Toyota Field, getting set for a matchup between San Antonio FC and the Defiance of Tacoma. SAFC 2-4-1 on the year, the Defiance 2-6. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. Tyler Denning alongside 9-year pro Gabe Garcia. And Gabe, San Antonio happy to be home. Reason being, both their wins this season have come here at home. They've scored 4 goals over the last 2 games. That's the good news. The bad news, in their last game on the road, they had a 2-goal lead going into half, and they blew it. So what's the story with this team right now?
Very good question. In talking to Darren yesterday, I really believe that this team, he feels, the record does not show how good they play. Having said that, he wants to come out on their front foot, put the other team on their back foot, and he wants to come out and show what this team is really about. And so I'm excited to see what they're going to do.
These are the match stats from that loss against the Monarchs of Real Salt Lake. The score was 2-0 at half, but then allowing those 3 goals concerning for Coach Darren Powell. So something to watch this evening, but something that you're really excited to watch this evening, a change up top, Walter Restrepo in the middle.
Yes, this is a player that is very dynamic. He's very, very pacey. He likes to get behind the lines, so it's going to be really interesting to see him and Jameson and Brian Gomez, how they all interact together. So I'm really looking forward to this lineup.
Restrepo with 1 assist last week in that matchup on the road. The concern for Tacoma, they have allowed the most goals in the USL, 23, their goal differential minus 19 as well. That falls on their keeper tonight, Trey Muse.
Yes, remember these guys, this is a very young team. So once again, these veteran, San Antonio FC is a very veteran team. They're going to want to come out and really play hard against these guys and show these young players that they really don't belong on the pitch. And so they need experience. They really lack it, in my opinion, the young team.
So that's one thing you're really looking forward to seeing is the veterans of SAFC trying to feast on that young youth front line that they're going to show for Tacoma.
You said it, feast. It's a key word.
Let's take a look at the tail of the tape season stats for both of these teams. For San Antonio on the year, they have scored 10 goals. For Tacoma, they have scored 4, but the concern, like we talked about, they've allowed 23. San Antonio has allowed just 12, so the defense has been good.
Yes, really, the issue I see is that their mental lapses. All the games that most of the goals that have been scored have really been in the last 5 minutes. And so this is a big issue. These guys need to shore it up. They need to focus from the start and to all the way. They need to play a full 90 minutes. If they do that, they will win.
So SAFC happy to be home. Before we get things started here in San Antonio, go to buyatoyota.com or visit your local Toyota dealer today. We will have the opening kickoff between Tacoma and SAFC when we come back to Toyota Field.
It all started at one family night in Dumfries, Virginia. Family night is for everybody. It's a time for families to do crafts together.
The kids just love going to Chick-fil-A for dinner. Being the single mom and getting everybody ready, it was tough. We would get there a little bit late, like on the tail end of it. Helen saw that I was having trouble getting them to Chick-fil-A for the family night on time and actually got it extended another hour. Noticing things like that, I never really told her how much she affected me, but she did.
Love you.
Move.
When we say H-E-B products were made for the love of Texas, we mean they were made to relieve homesickness, or maybe make it worse. Made to turn an outdoor picnic into a 5-star feast. Made for Pecos and Brazos and Blanco. And made to be as tough as your natural ribs and chicken are tender. With thousands of H-E-B brand items made just for Texas, it's no wonder H-E-B's the brand Texas calls home.
Two American icons are joining forces for a collaboration a century in the making. Budweiser and Jim Beam introduce the Budweiser Reserve Copper Lager, a rich lager aged on Jim Beam bourbon barrel staves with hints of vanilla and caramel rye, followed by a deliciously smooth finish.
Starting 11 for SAFC, and we talked about it already in the open. Up top, the 20-year-old midfielder, Walter Restrepo, the change getting his second start of the season.
Yes, Tyler, you're exactly right. This lineup, this 3-4-3 lineup is going to be very, very exciting to see because these three guys up front are very pacey, very fast, and they like to go forward. So this is going to be really, really fun to watch. I'm expecting a really good game from FC San Antonio. I'm looking forward to this one. Talking
that front line with Gomez, Restrepo, and Bradford Jamieson the fourth. A 3-4-3 for Tacoma as well. It will be Serrano, Burke, Gilroy, and Dillon up top.
Yes, this 4-3-3, they're trying to counter, it looks like, San Antonio with this lineup. I'm not sure how effective it's going to be because we know that they like to give up goals. So this is going to be a great one to watch, these young boys.
Head coach for Tacoma, Chris Little, in his first season with the Defiance. He guided the Sounders FC Academy. You may be familiar with the Defiance. They used to be Sounders too, but part of the academy was Coach Little, their U17 squad, to 2017-2018 U.S. Soccer Development Academy National Championship. Connection between Chris Little and SAFC head coach Darren Powell. Little was an associate head coach at Elon University. Coach Powell, though, not on the sidelines tonight. Received a red card in the last matchup. So it will fall to assistant head coach for the evening, Alan Marcina. But these very capable hands.
Absolutely. Remember, Alan, not only does he bring European experience as far as playing, but he also has coached in this league. So he is experienced. Him and Darren work great together. So I don't expect any big changes.
SAFC in black going from right to left on your screen. The Defiance in white, left to right. 2-6-0 on the year for the Defiance, 2-4-1 for San Antonio. Bring you the injury report, brought to you by Methodist Healthcare. On the men tonight, Ethan Bryant will be out with a lower body injury. Pekka out with a lower body injury as well. Megaruche out and Lance Lang out. And I guess you could put on the men, head coach Darren Powell. Although not hurt, don't be worried there at home. Just out as he received a red card, but is in the building. You saw him earlier.
Yes, they have him behind the, or maybe they have him caged up somewhere. I'm sure he's ready to go.
But a big match, you feel, for SAFC, part of this homestand. You feel that this, we talked about it prior to the start of the match, could be a turning point for the season.
Absolutely. They need to win. Obviously, we have one of the best home records in the USISL Champion League overall, and so they need to start gaining momentum starting tonight.
Four 1-1 all-time is SAFC versus the Defiance. They are 2-0-1 here at home. The last meeting was last September, won by SAFC 3-1. Ethan Bryant, Lance Lang, and Maxi Rodriguez scored goals in that matchup. Mentioned just 10 goals on the season for SAFC as the turnover back deep in their own zone is cleared by Cardoni. But they've scored 4 over the last 2 games, but the concern was the last game. Those 2 goals came in the first half, but nothing afterwards as they conceded 3 in the loss to the Monarchs of SLC. What do you attribute that to when you look at the goal breakdown? 8 goals of those 10 have come in the first half, just 2 in the second half. Is that conditioning? Is it mental?
I think it's more mental. These guys are 9 games into the season. They don't have their full game legs. But having said that, it's a mental issue. I really, really believe that. And speaking to Darren, he also believes that too.
Abia Khan, the one that ricocheted that off. The Defiance forward, throw in. It's Green working up the right side. Back to Cardoni. SAFC very comfortable the last time here at home against LA Galaxy 2. They scored 2 goals in the first half. Settled in, and they were really able to stifle a good offensive team. Jameson the 4th up top. Soft Burke holds. To the chagrin of the crowd here on Noche de Celebration.
Absolutely, this is going to be a night of celebration. I'm predicting.
Fans still starting to trickle in, but tons on the concourses. Beautiful evening here. High 70s in Hill Country. Muse to clear. We'll go all the way back to his counterpart, Cardoni. Tacoma on the year is scoring just 4 goals. None of those 4 goal scorers in the starting lineup tonight. But there's one player that you want to keep your eye on, number 34 in white. Danny Robles plays for the U.S. U17 national team. Had 17 goals in 18 games with the Sounders FC U17 squad that won that USSDA national title. Was born in 2002, 17 years old. Just going back to that story of youth. Corner kick for Tacoma. Near post. Good opportunity for the visiting squad, but Cardoni collects.
Tyler, I'd like to see FC San Antonio press more. They need to press a bit more and put this team on their back foot.
Let's go back. This was a ball that got through, and maybe an opportunity there early on for Tacoma. Cardoni able to corral the ball.
We're very lucky there. He missed that flick on that header.
Seen that a couple times. I've been watching your face over here, partner, and it seems, maybe on that back line for San Antonio, a couple miscues, a couple passes that maybe could have gotten them in trouble here early on.
Yes, you can see number 3 in black. He looks a bit nervous to me, the right back. This is his first start, I believe, and he's looking, he just needs to get his confidence going and play simple.
It's Pascal Abusi. First action, in fact, on the season for Abusi. So San Antonio switching things up, changing the lineup, flipping the field as well. This one trickles through. Opportunity. That'll be the first goal of the game. Bradford Jamison, the 4th, 3rd goal on the season. A little twirl and a bow.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, Tyler. We capitalized on their mistake. That was a mistake by the left back. You can see the goalkeeper here trying to help his teammate. You see the turnover here. That's a good finish with the inside of the foot. Well done.
On loan from the LA Galaxy, 23-year-old from Los Angeles, California, who played in the MLS from 2014 to 2018. Scoring 4 goals at that level, notches his 3rd goal of the season. That will tie him with Ever Guzman for the team high on the year. San Antonio striking in the 9th minute.
That's exactly what they needed right there.
Well, Select is the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world since 1947. Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com.
I'm really curious, Tyler, to see how this team's going to react now. We're going to see what these young boys are made of.
Beautiful move put in the midfield by Gomez. And when you talk about the young team, you're talking about Tacoma. And you had mentioned it, Feast, licking their chops was this veteran team for San Antonio to be back here at home, coming off a loss that they probably felt like, hey, we should have won, but to go up against a youthful squad, how can they build upon that with that early goal?
Absolutely. This is going to be a turning point for San Antonio. I really do believe that because we have 4 home games and we have a very good record, so they need to start gaining momentum.
Whistle is blown. Gomez falling to the ground. 25-year-old midfielder Brian Gomez.
Yeah, that was a very tough tackle.
Argentinian national.
It's been a great addition for San Antonio because this guy has a lot of experience. You can tell when the ball is played to his feet, he's very, very calm on the ball.
Was signed on March 28th. Made his debut in starting against Austin Bold. Came back on March 30th, a 1-0 loss.
I asked Darren yesterday, how did they find this player? And I believe it was Alan has many connections afar and abroad to find these great players.
Barmby was going back heel to try to find Jamison, but building back up is San Antonio. Defense responds from the Defiance.
That's exactly what you want right there from Moses Hernandez, to go up the line and serve it. He is very, very good at doing that, and that is a great thing to see. Also,
one of the changes in the starting lineup from the last match, Moises moving up from that back line to the middle line on the left-hand side.
Exactly. This is a player that's very versatile. He can either play left back or left mid.
And just from the early indication, the body language, what we've seen from Jamison the fourth, you saw on that shot there, playing loose, playing free.
That's a great sign to see.
Already with the goal in the 9th minute. 11th goal of the season for SAFC.
This is what I was talking about, Tyler, exactly. See how we pressed and we forced a turnover there?
Two straight wins here at home all time, 27, 9, and 16 at Toyota Field. But when you spoke with head coach Powell, even though he's not on the sidelines tonight, he's been around the team, you asked him directly, we were talking about this prior to the match, is it a home-away thing? And he doesn't feel that that's that right now. Obviously, getting some juice as the team, being in front of this home crowd, but it's other things that are hurting them right now.
Once again, he really feels that the scores do not indicate the level of play. He really feels like they have dominated, in his words, a lot of games. It's just these mental lapses, as he said.
When you look at the losses on the season, 3-1 to Portland Timbers 2 is the Defiance building up. Back to Cardoni. But 1-0 losses to Colorado Springs and Austin. And then the blown lead at 2-0 to the Monarchs. You flip that back to a win, and it's 3 wins in a row, going for 4 here tonight. So catching their rhythm just with that bad second half. Taken down is Restrepo, but no whistle. Walter Restrepo, a 2-time NASL champ. 2015 in New York, 2014 right here in San Antonio.
Yes, exactly. An interesting stat about Restrepo. A lot of people probably do not know this, but this young man has won 4 championships, and I believe consecutive. He also played in Colombia, and he won there. He won with the Cosmos, and with San Antonio, 2 with the Cosmos. So I don't know many players that have won 4 championships in any sport, so it's quite an accomplishment. This guy's a winner.
Brings that championship pedigree to the front line this evening, getting the start in the middle. The forward position for San Antonio. Indicating maybe you want to see him press forward a little more,
Exactly.
San Antonio?
So they need to keep this young team on their back foot, and I like to see them pressing in a higher position like they did here, because they tend to put these young players under pressure and to see what they're really about. But I believe that's how the first goal was. Let's see if they continue to do that.
Well, Tacoma has been placed under a lot of pressure this year defensively. They're on a 3-match losing streak. Across those 3, they have been outscored 13-0. The last match they played was against Phoenix Rising. On the road, they lost 4-0. This is the 4th of 5 straight road matches. So not only do you have a young team, but you got to go on the road. It's just brutal here, this section right now for Tacoma.
Tyler, I'm watching Chris Little, the head coach for Tacoma, and he's obviously very frustrated. He is barking at his team, and he just sat down. He's not happy.
Hernandez and Jamison started this out on the left-hand side. It's been played over to the right, and now back to Yato.
So you can see there, as Jamison in black, number 70, has a tendency to drop back. So when you play with 3 forwards, we have the ability to do that. So all 3 of the forwards are all over the place, so it causes a lot of confusion for your backs.
He really has been floating around in this first half. Seen him on the right side, saw him score from the right side. Chance here, chipped into the box. Could not connect. Restrepo trying to go with the left foot.
That's a great ball. I believe he should have hit it with the inside of his left, but he's hungry for a goal again, so.
Two shots on the year, one on goal for Restrepo thus far. San Antonio really dictating the offensive pace of this game.
It's a great switch.
Over to Hernandez, trying to get by. The defender does. Works in, and the cross trickles through. No boots in black there, but the shot is in!
Excellent goal. Once again, it started by Hernandez on the left side. You can see what he does. He takes full advantage of this right back for Tacoma. He pushes the ball by him. He wanted to start his initial run around him, but he ends up going around him the other way and looks up and plays a great ball. Excellent finish.
Jack Barmby registering his second goal of the season. And how about this? The first goal for SAFC that's come from outside the box.
I'm really surprised about that stat, Tyler. That was a great finish. He hit that with his instep. Absolutely perfect.
Well, you had spoke of it before the match, the changes, and one of them we just saw there. Moises Hernandez coming up to the middle, moving on to the left-hand side, gets behind that smaller defender. That ball is eventually what led to the goal.
I have a feeling this might be his new position.
San Antonio really adjusting, moving things around with Restrepo in the middle. Ever Guzman on the bench, the leading goal scorer coming in to this match.
There's going to be a place for Ever. He's a great player. He's a very, what I would call a pure finisher. He likes to score goals. He has a knack for goal scoring, so he will be back in. It's going to be very interesting to see how they put him in the lineup.
Lineup changes thus far, though, this evening. Two quick goals, not even at the 20th minute here in the opening half. Jamison the fourth started it. Barmby.
Look at where Jamison is again. This is what we're talking about. He's now playing in the back. He's drifting all over the place. So you don't know how to mark him, where to mark him. They're confused, this young Tacoma team.
Well, fans, follow SAFC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who've already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week. Sign up today at espnplus.com. Ibusi trying to find the ball. Did not know it was there. Cardoni stretching out. It was Dillon on the shot attempt for the Defiance. That ball almost caught the defense.
You can see on this replay here, actually this is a very dangerous play, this deflection. That's actually a better save than it looks.
Justin Dillon, the one who shot the ball, had spent the last 2 seasons with LA Galaxy 2, had 9 goals in 39 games, played his college ball at Cal Poly. Standing 6'3", from Rancho Santa Margarita, California.
I like the way you said Margarita.
April has been kind to San Antonio. 6 goals in 3 matches. They'd only scored 4 goals in 4 matches in the month of March. Still very early on in this season. You had alluded to that. Season running well into the fall, so still trying to find the right combination, the right players, find the form early on. Jamison the fourth, working into the heart of the defense. Does enough to tap it. Out wide, will get it back himself.
You can see, Tyler, that Jamison, number 70 in black, is playing with a lot of joy and love. He's actually having fun out there, which I haven't seen in a while. So this is a great sign.
Trying to find the ball in the middle was Hernandez, but two defenders right there on top of him. Possession still being absolutely dominated by the home squad.
Yeah, Jamison is absolutely having a field day out there. Having said that, did he tweak his knee?
Looks okay. Kai Green, back to the goal scorer. Barnby will try again! And another!
That is absolutely world class. That is much harder than it looks to do. First time caught the keeper off guard with the inside of his left foot.
So Jack Barnby with the brace. Third goal of the season coming in the 23rd minute.
This is his breakout game, I can tell you that.
Scored his first goal of the season on March 16th against Portland on a penalty shot. Was signed in December of 2018 after spending the 2018 season with Portland. 3 assists across 23 games in which he scored 6 goals. Played in the Open Cup for the MLS Timbers side. But you talked about his pedigree with me prior to the match. From 2008 to 2014, he had played with Manchester United. So you talk about a world-class finish. This is a player that has played at the highest level.
That is an incredible stat. When I was talking yesterday to Darren, we were talking about Jack Barnby, and he brought some very interesting facts up. One of them was that he played with that small club in England called Manchester United. Also,
Now you're really settling in, making jokes.
4 years ago, I believe, when Leicester in the EPL won, he was a part of that team. And so to have a player like this here in San Antonio, it truly is a pleasure to watch.
Just 4 minutes between the 2 goals. Outside the box once again was Barnby. Has to feel really comfortable from what we've seen when he gets the ball and just looping 2 into the back of the net. So a great start.
This is exactly what they needed. This is a definite confidence builder. Let's hope they can come out like this in the second half and continue this pace and this intensity.
Just 10 goals coming in to this match. But the finishing has not been a problem. The conversion rate has gone up as the year has progressed, but based on what we're seeing thus far, it's going to shoot through the roof after this one.
I do believe so, Tyler. This lineup is a bit more assertive with 3 guys. You always want to try and get 3 to 5 players up minimum as they're attacking with this lineup.
The most San Antonio has scored on the young season is 3 goals. In the season opener against Phoenix Rising FC, it was a 3-3 tie, so already equaling that. Can they best it? Plenty of time remaining as we cross the 26th minute. Hernandez swings it in. It's a beautifully played cross, trying to find Gomez.
He has a very, very nice, well-cultured left foot. Look how he puts the bend around this ball. He knows when to do it, the right amount of pace. That's very hard to defend.
I love how you put it too, well-cultured left foot. So we'll see a corner kick for SAFC. Jack Barnby will take it. Off the head, kept out by Muse. It was, I believe, Jamison the fourth again.
That's a very good save. Excellent save by the young goalkeeper.
Defiance dispossessed. SAFC continuing the pressure. Hernandez and Barmby colliding, both up. Fine, we go back. Look at the set piece.
Wow, that's an absolute great up.
Kai Green, not Jamison the fourth, the player that went up and had the header attempt. Got some great pace on it too. Pushing forward once again. Gomez with space, back to Hernandez. Back boot from Jamison the fourth to Barmby. Go to LaHood. Over to the right side, another cross in.
Excellent defensive play.
Watch out when that ball goes onto the foot of Barmby.
Another wicked server of the ball.
Easy to pick out the two to look out for tonight. Both in the orange boots. Barmby full orange boots. For Jamison the fourth, just up on the toes. So just know when player in black in orange boots has the ball on their foot, shot may be coming, goal may be coming.
You may be right about that, Tyler. These guys are, perhaps they're wearing new boots and they're definitely breaking them. Look at that. Right idea. Right idea. That's what I like about this player, Jack Barmby. His first look is always forward. He never looks back. He's always trying to get behind the defense, which, as a defensive player, it's the type of player you do not want to play against.
Beautiful job defensively by Ebi Akan to start this sequence off, but the ball ends up in the chest of Muse. We'll get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Defiance building forward. Have yet to see a quality shot attempt, but that will classify it once again. Dylan there, tall 6'3" player.
Once again, Tyler, Ebi, the right back, you can clearly see how he gets exposed. Wow, that should have been a goal. He's going to want that back.
So Justin Dillon offensively has been the player for the Defiance that has at least given SAFC a couple scares early on.
Yeah, you can see he's a big post-up type player. He likes to work his way into the 6-yard box, and he's obviously a big guy. So they need to keep an eye on him.
Playing now in his 6th match of the season, 3rd match that he has started. Had 5 shots coming in, 3 of those on goal, but no goals mentioned. Just 4 goals on the stat sheet on the season for the Defiance, and none of those 4 players that have scored 1 apiece are in the lineup.
And you can see why, Tyler. They were having a hard time scoring. They're one of the lowest scoring teams in the league, and also defensively, it's very evident here with this young Tacoma team.
The 23 goals coming into this match, now 26, most in USL. The next highest were LA Galaxy 2, the last home opponent for SAFC, in which they scored 2 goals. Galaxy 2 have allowed 19 goals on the season.
The 2 things that those teams have in common is they're both academy teams, Tyler. So that kind of says something, with all due respect.
Youth.
You said it, yes, sir.
Talked about that in the open. The youth for Tacoma going up against a hungry veteran San Antonio team. Happy to be home with a very bad taste in their mouth, too, coming off of that 2-goal lead that they blew on the road in Salt Lake City. But a great start here. Jamison the 4th in the 9th minute. Jack Barmby strikes in the 19th and the 23rd. That's where we stand. Tyler Denning, 9-year pro. Gabe Garcia spent a little time in Germany and then toured all around the United States playing professionally.
Yes, I was a drifter, that's for sure.
Well, it's brought you right here to the chair next to me. Happy to have you.
Thank you very much, Tyler. I appreciate that.
Also getting your first start on television, doing a great job. You got a couple goals already, I'd say.
They're making it easy for me, FC San Antonio.
Just a minor correction. Barmby in the 24th, not the 23rd.
What
Can
a
he
great
find
touch.
another under the foot of Barmby?
So dangerous.
Forward to Dylan again. Jockeying with Yarrow. Yarrow having to catch his breath after
That's a great
giving
run.
up some size. Gomez is forward. 4 defenders back, just 2 bodies up top in black. Hernandez with the strike. Just over the crossbar.
That's what happens, Tyler, when you come out and score 2 goals. It inspires confidence in as a team and in individuals. And this player is one who can score that kind of goal from 35, 40 plus.
Well, how did you put it earlier? A cultured left foot?
A well-cultured left foot.
Well cultured, not just cultured. Showed it there. Had some pace just over the crossbar. So it will remain 3-0. When it seems offensively, by your eyes, no secret who the Defiance want to find, number 99.
From what I see, Tyler, that's really their only opportunity, and they're trying to play through number 9. I'd like to see the young team step up even more. And really on the left side is the only positive thing I've seen from this young team.
Robles will handle the corner kick. Trying to get the ball to settle. Outside of the shot from Dylan earlier, this was the best scoring attempt we saw on that corner earlier in the match from Tacoma, but that one cleared with ease.
That's a very poor ball. You have to take advantage of these opportunities, these set pieces for this young team.
Montana throws in, back to Montana. Serrano, number 80. Trying to play into the middle, but a whistle blown.
I'd like to see that replay again. Did he really catch him?
Pascal Labusi.
That is not a foul. Of course, we get to see it in instant replay, but he really sold that well.
Sorry, that was number 13, not number 3. So a little more action now down in the offensive third for Tacoma. Another corner kick, this one from the opposite side. We've seen the other 2. Goes off the outstretched arm and hand of Cardoni. Corner from now the right.
That's a great set piece there. If he would have made full contact, that was a goal. That's one of the hardest plays from a goalkeeper perspective to stop. The young man came out of nowhere. Watch how he comes out of nowhere from the backside. He just mishit this.
So Cardone being tested over the last couple minutes, but rising to the occasion.
Great touch. Very good first-time ball.
Well, who's up, who's down? Where does your club sit? Find out every Monday in the official USL Championship Power Rankings, only on USLChampionship.com. I think if you jump in there and look at the power rankings, most people would look at this San Antonio club, the 2-4-1 record, and understand that maybe there's a little bit of a sleeping giant there in terms of the talent and the pieces that they have, but just the results and the points not quite there yet. But if they put the pieces together, a couple more results go one way or the other, this could be a team that's up top 5-6 in the table.
Absolutely, I totally believe so. On paper, this is one of the best teams from top to bottom in the league. I can assure you that. They just need to get momentum and get confidence in games like this. This is where it starts.
San Antonio currently sitting 8th in the Western Conference, just behind Sacramento and Austin. Tied with Sacramento, 10 points. That's why you go back to, when you look at the table, that match against the 5th place team, the Monarchs of Real Salt Lake, 11 points. So if you flip that to even a tie, where this SAFC team could be, but obviously that all in hindsight, and maybe part of the reason why they've come out firing so hard tonight.
100%. These guys, I can assure you, are were very frustrated from that match. Any player that loses a game, you're up 2-0 at halftime. Yes, it's a vulnerable score, but they knew as players that they should have won that game, and they wanted to come out today, and they wanted to make a statement.
It's a team last year, San Antonio, that went 14-12-8. They finished with 50 points. That was 9th in the Western Conference. They scored 45 goals. They allowed 48. And the bad news about finishing 9th, that's just one spot out of qualifying for the playoffs. They missed by 3 points, trying to get back, moving forward, trying to find another goal. That one off the chest of Muse.
That's exactly what I'm talking about, the racy. He's very dynamic, very tricky when it comes to 1v1 situations. That's where you want him.
Walter Restrepo highlighted him in our open.
You cannot let this guy get behind you.
He's trying to weave his way through the defense. Just ended up right into the chest of the keeper. Did the 20-year-old from San Diego, California. Well, SAFC will be back in action next Sunday on the road to take on New Mexico United at 6:30 p.m. Catch all the action on ESPN+. Don't like what you saw there? Disagree with the call, or?
I'm not exactly sure what the referee was doing. Yes, it is a yellow card, but we had advantage. It looked like he was in a one-on-one position. And so he blows his whistle to stop play. As a player, that's one of the most frustrating things.
Barnby taking the space given to him. Gives the ball to Hernandez. Jamison the 4th. We'll try over to the right side, and Kai Green.
A yellow card caution has been assessed to Tacoma Defiance, number 46, Peter Kingston, in the 42nd minute.
Peter Kingston, number 46 for Tacoma, was the one that received the yellow card. Couple minutes remaining here in the opening half. Already 3 goals to the tally. A brace for Jack Barmby.
You can clearly see the frustration on this young team. They're starting to commit a lot of silly fouls here.
Jamison the 4th. Got the goal scoring started in the 9th minute. But SAFC has kept up the pressure. Can they do so for the remaining minutes of the opening half? Possibly find another tally. Whistle blown on the challenge. Hughes will handle. Goal kick. Beautiful slide by Moises Hernandez. Will push the attack. Tried to send the cross on the ground.
That was a great tackle, but that was very close. Now in this modern game, those kind of tackles are suspect. Sometimes you can see a straight red, so he did win it cleanly, and I'm glad the referee had good positioning there.
So another corner opportunity for SAFC.
Wow, you can really see the joy coming out in all these players there. Very confident, to say the least, on the ball.
The hood back to Abusi. Hood wearing the captain's C. 1 minute extra time will be put on the clock as we hit the 45th.
The fourth official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 1 minute of added time in the first half.
So can San Antonio generate another scoring opportunity, another shot, or are they content to go in with a 3-goal lead? That will be another shot. It was off the paw of Muse and then over the crossbar. Wanting, I believe, a handball contact is Jamison the 4th. He was there on the rebound.
This Tacoma team is ready for the whistle. They're ready to get into halftime. I'm sure Chris Little is going to make some, try and make some huge adjustments.
Here's another look at that sequence off the long throw-in. Goes to Gomez, who takes the shot.
That's a very good cross, because from a goalkeeper's perspective, that's very difficult to handle.
And that'll be it for the opening half. A great start for a team that has been great in opening halves. They have scored now 11 goals on the season in the opening half. 13 total on the season. Jamison the 4th in the 9th. Barmby with a brace. 3-0 San Antonio leading Tacoma.
Kickapoo Lucky Eagle Casino Hotel.
It's only a short drive from home.
Over 3,300 slots, poker, and live bingo.
I come for the drinks.
It's a great place to celebrate.
Come and play.
Hey, how was your week? My in-laws were in town. I got a standing desk. I tried quinoa.
I took the dog to the groomer.
Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them.
We drove 3 hours to the kids' swim meet.
Right now, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places.
Hi, sports fans. I'm Jeff Davis, the San Antonio lawyer that's here for you. Some of you might be watching this game injured after a terrible accident. Did you suffer broken bones or have to have surgery? I want you to know that Davis Law Firm is here for you. And if you call us and you need us, we'll come to you during this game. And then we'll fight for justice and demand the cash settlement you deserve. Call me at 444-4444. That's 444-4444. Now, before we go back to the game, don't forget, there's only one number to remember, and that's 4.
No. For all your car's Big O knows, there's always a Big O yes. Like getting great deals on the best tire brands.
Experience an adventure at Kickapoo Luck Eagle Casino Hotel this April with our Into the Wild Jeep giveaway. Win one of 2 Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Saharas, perfect for exploring the great outdoors. Join us for a wild ride.
Come and play.
Flemings around 1, around 2. Still Junior Flemings. He's going to have a go. Excellent from Junior Flemings. Here's Spees looking for the curler, and what a save from Curtis Anderson. Guadarrama wants it himself. What a goal from Guadarrama.
The cross deflected. What a stop by Brown in the top corner. Another chance here for New Mexico, and they've got the equalizer.
Jadama will strike it with his right foot. Whistle blows, steps, strikes, and saved by Rodriguez.
Here's Woodbine into the box. Van Schaik's there. Van Schaik.
Has tipped up for Louisville, and again, Callum Irving grabbed the game by the scruff of the neck as Ben Spees lets one fly and drills it. That's where Louisville wants to attack, shooting and scoring. It's saved by Caldwell.
Collier.
Yeah. Knocked back towards Spencer. Brilliant finish.
The flick. Could it be 2? Yes, it is. That's Hellman.
Here's Banks. Banks from distance, and that's knocked away.
Gallardo. At the top of the box. Lee gets a touch, still driving in, sends it, and into the back of the net.
Like Joe Giles took almost on the entire defense there. Stand left for the shot.
Chipped in, headed away by Lockby. Second chance coming, diving, stopped by Fitzgerald.
Minnesota and with Jacksonville. Nunez, and that finds the side of the net. Most of these, he takes this one.
At the heart of a team, there must be passion, that burning desire to rise to the top, to make the most complicated tasks seem simple and executed seamlessly, with laser focus, knowing precisely what your every move requires. Because in the end, there is only one goal in mind: the outcome. That's how great teams operate, and it's all based on trust. That's why these two teams came together.
My name is Jetta, and my favorite thing about the Grilled Chicken Club is the multigrain bun. It's toasted, and then you get the cheese. So if you bite really slowly, you can literally taste every level of the sandwich. I don't eat very slowly, but if you do.
My name is Leslie. Well, I love the Grilled Chicken Club sandwich because the grilled chicken, like it's actually been on a grill. As soon as you grab it to go take your first bite, it's just like... insanely good.
Years ago, H-E-B set out on a mission to get rid of things like high fructose corn syrup and artificial flavors and hundreds of other synthetic ingredients from our H-E-B brand products. You don't see those things out here, and you won't find them in more than 1,000 of our H-E-B Select Ingredients products. Just look for the green check to know you're getting everything you want and nothing you don't. And we're gonna keep those green checks coming. I'm Scott, and this is the Select Ingredients Department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
Welcome back to a gorgeous night here at Toyota Field in San Antonio, and a gorgeous first half for the home squad, returning home after a loss in Salt Lake City, but they score 3 goals in the opening half to much the celebration of the home fans. Thank you so much for staying with us. Tyler Denning, Gabe Garcia, and if you could have scripted it up, what this team wanted to do getting back home, you couldn't have scripted it up any better, right?
This is exactly what I expected. These guys come out, San Antonio FC, and put this young academy team on their back foot and score goals. This is a great confidence builder. They need to continue to do that, Tyler.
It was a Tacoma team that had allowed 23 goals coming in, and like you said, it's a very young team, so expected this veteran SAFC squad to go right at them, and that is exactly what we saw in the first half, and that's what we will show you here as we look at the first half highlights. It started with Bradford Jameson, the fourth, scoring in the 9th minute.
You can see the turnover by the academy player here. Great cross here. This is an excellent finish. He hit that very clean.
Mentioned for SAFC, that's their first goal that came from outside the box. That in the 19th minute from Barnby. It was Dylan that was problematic. Caused a couple of opportunities, a great opportunity off the head for San Antonio. And the brace for Barnby, another left-footed strike.
Excellent 1-2 there, and a very good finish.
So that's what happened in the first half. They score 3 goals. They had just 10 goals, did San Antonio, coming in to this match. So what do they need to do in the second half? You got a little insight. You ran into someone special there at half.
I did. I ran into Darren Powell. I asked him really quick, Darren, what do you see so far? And he said, we need to keep our foot on the pedal, keep it on.
That is something that you had mentioned, too, in the first half as well. Coach Powell, obviously not with the team down there coaching tonight because of the red card, but you wanted to see them be more aggressive. They've scored the majority of their goals in the first half, so if they are to be more aggressive in the second half, who does it start with?
Really, it starts from the back, but all the players need to continue to press. I'm expecting this game to really get even more wide open, if you can believe that. I would not be surprised if we see 5 and 6. This is really a seasoned veteran team versus an academy team, with all due respect, Tyler.
Well, you talked about Chris Little and what he would possibly say in the locker room at halftime for a young Tacoma team. What are the adjustments? How do they try to adjust for this second half?
I would say the only positive that I saw was on the far left side. They did have probably more opportunities on that side, so I would say you need to try and play it through number 34, the young man that we spoke about, and on the left side, and they've got to get numbers forward. You're not going to score if you don't get any numbers forward. You have to create and take chances.
So a stellar first half for San Antonio. Happy to be here at home. Their 2 wins on the season have come here at home. Can they make it 3? They already have 3 goals. We will take a quick break and come back with the second half action. San Antonio FC up 3-0 over the Defiance of Tacoma.
How was your week? My in-laws were in town. I got a standing desk. I tried quinoa.
I took the dog to the groomer.
Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them.
We drove 3 hours to the kids' swim meet.
Right now, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places.
2 American icons are joining forces
For a collaboration a century in the making, Budweiser and Jim Beam introduce the Budweiser Reserve Copper Lager, a rich lager aged on Jim Beam bourbon barrel staves, with hints of vanilla and caramel rye, followed by a deliciously smooth finish.
Do you know what optimism can do? Whatever it wants. We've seen it unlock resilience that makes the impossible inevitable, inspire generosity to put families back on their feet, and give Davids courage to throw rocks at Goliaths. At Frost, we believe optimism can change lives emotionally, physically, and financially. And with your help, we're going to prove it.
Take a look at the stats from the opening half. 10 shots for San Antonio, 5 shots for Tacoma, 2 of those on target. A lot of their offensive generated from the set pieces, but possession dominated by the home squad. They were aggressive, but you want to see more aggression in the second half.
Absolutely. These guys need to come out and they need to put this game to bed, period. I really believe that they're going to score more goals.
2 beautiful goals that we saw. Well, really 3 beautiful goals, but Barmby, the brace that he had in the 19th and the 24th, both left-footed strikes. San Antonio, very good. The passing accuracy, good too. And this more indicative now, granted, like we've talked about, against the team that struggles the most defensively. But sometimes for a team, as you're trying to find your rhythm and what they are wanting to do, big picture-wise, you need opportunities like this and to come out and be sharp like they have been in the opening half. Can they continue that and put the gas all the way to the floor? We'll find out coming up next in the second half.
Hey, how was your week? My in-laws were in town. I got a standing desk. I tried quinoa.
I took the dog to the groomer.
Make your weekends more exciting than the days before them.
We drove 3 hours to the kids' swim meet.
Right now, qualified buyers get 0% APR financing for 72 months, plus a $1,500 special edition bonus on a new 2019 Tundra Special Edition. Toyota, let's go places.
2 American icons are joining forces for a collaboration a century in the making. Budweiser and Jim Beam introduce the Budweiser Reserve Copper Lager, a rich lager aged on Jim Beam bourbon barrel staves, with hints of vanilla and caramel rye, followed by a deliciously smooth finish.
Do you know what optimism can do? Whatever it wants. We've seen it unlock resilience that makes the impossible inevitable, inspire generosity to put families back on their feet, and give Davids courage to throw rocks at Goliaths. At Frost, we believe optimism can change lives emotionally, physically, and financially. And with your help, we're going to prove it.
There's the 2-goal scorer, Jack Barmby, for SAFC. Can he add to that? 1 change for Tacoma. Sitting down, number 33, Sam Rogers, came on wearing the captain's C earlier tonight. In his place, number 72, Joel Rydstrand. So 1 change for Tacoma, no changes for SAFC. Second half of action. San Antonio moving now left to right if you're just tuning in. Tacoma right to left in the white kits. Jamison the 4th, big smile. But you had made note of the body language for Jamison the 4th. Really just seems to be having fun out there tonight, and that's crucial to any game you play.
It's a great thing when you're having fun out there and really enjoying yourself, and it's very evident in a lot of these players. It's great to see.
Khan all the way back to chase that ball down. We'll leave it off for keeper Cardoni. One card in the first half. Came in the 42nd against Peter Kingston. Other than that, pretty clean play. So take me through the mentality of a player when you know, hey, we're up 3-0. Maybe we can coast a little bit or rest on our laurels, but how do you stay aggressive and stay pushing forward?
These guys are definitely veterans. They've all been in this position before, and so they're not going to want to take their foot off the pedal, and I can guarantee you Allen will not let them do that.
That is acting head coach for the evening, Alan Marcina, stepping over from the assistant role after the red card has head coach Darren Powell. Only head coach in SAFC history. Mentioned the one playoff appearance coming 2 years ago. San Antonio trying to get back. And in the middle for Restrepo. Green will push forward. Gomez back to Green.
You can hear the coach, Chris Little, just asking his players to continue to push forward here.
Kai Green will throw the ball in. 25-year-old from Jersey City, New Jersey. Joined SAFC after spending 2016 to 18 with RGVFC. Last year, 18 appearances across 1,300 minutes played. Kai Green, though, in every match starter has done so in all 8. One of 3 players that have played all 630 minutes coming into this match. What do you see him?
I'd like to see, we did a great job switching the ball. Then we bring it to Abuza and he loses the ball. We cannot lose the ball there. It's one of the most frustrating things as a coach when you're playing the ball around and a simple pass is not made. At this level, that should not happen.
There's Alan Marcina. Just behind Kai Green, who threw the ball in. Back to Yarrow. Over to Barmby. Well, fans, follow SAFC and the rest of the USL Championship all season long on ESPN Plus, home to the USL, MLS, UFC, and much more. Join the over 2 million sports fans who have already discovered ESPN Plus and watch the championship live every week, as you are right now. Sign up today, ESPNplus.com. Five minutes in, you seeing the aggression that SAFC's, maybe some of that urgency they wanted to keep up, or not enough thus far?
I still think, yes, I do see the intensity that is transitioning from the first half to the second half. They just have to continue to maintain this because I do believe this game is going to open up even more.
Mentioned nearly a third of their overall production, goal scoring wise, equaled here in just one half. 10 goals coming in, 3 goals scored already.
That's a great ball from the goalkeeper. Excellent.
Barmby leaves it forward. Restrepo coming in.
Wow.
Had
what a tackle.
Help with him, but the tackle coming in. Right back into play. Jamison, the fourth, will square up with the right, but over the crossbar.
You can see the confidence right there. 2 games ago, that player would not have done that play. So that's very refreshing to see.
23-year-old forward from LA, Bradford Jamison, the fourth.
Great touch.
Another ball forward for Restrepo, tries to pass in to Jamison, the fourth there, but knocked out of bounds. Corner coming.
San Antonio is definitely pressing. They want to put this game to bed. I like the fact that you always have at least 3 options up front.
Fourth corner of the match for San Antonio.
Wow, he missed that header.
Burt Gilroy controls. Defiance pushing forward. Robles to Kingston. Cross. The head sent out.
Excellent overlap and great cross.
It was Drought, number 47. It sent the cross in. 46, excuse me. Kingston 2, 47 Drought.
You do not want to let this team get back into it.
Will be their 5th corner into the paws of Cardoni.
Great hands by the goalkeeper, Cardoni. Excellent.
'25-year-old Matthew Cardoni from here in San Antonio, Texas, played college ball at Trinity. No doubt about that one.
That's the kind of penetrating ball I'm talking about by Jack. He's always looking forward. He's just so dangerous.
It was Burkholz on the challenge. Raising his hand up, tapping the chest.
So that pass right there just beat 3 to 4 players over 30 yards.
Barmby to take. All the way across the pitch.
Beautiful touch.
Kodakai Green. 2 defenders on him. Back to Barmby. Left back to Barmby. Back to the left foot. And that one clips off the defender.
That was almost the exact same thing we saw in the first half, but from the opposite angle.
It was a great give and go.
Excellent.
Let's take a look at that sequence.
So if you notice there, that his touch was just a bit underneath his foot. If it would have been a little bit cleaner, it would have been a goal.
It's Gomez that had the pass back to Barmby. Marlon Vargas coming on for Ray Serrano. So second substitution for Tacoma. Vargas, the fourth player signed in either 2001 or 2002 to sign a pro contract with the Defiance. Just to give you an idea of how young this team is. 2001, 2002. I won't ask you, but you think about how old you were in 2001, 2002. That's when Vargas and three other players signed within this organization were born.
It's really great to see these young players go out there and have this opportunity and really show what they're all about, because remember, they're trying to get on the first team, which is the Seattle Sounders.
This team originally Seattle Sounders 2, but rebranded as the Tacoma Defiance. Jamison to Gomez. Back to Green. Back to LaHood. Goes all the way back to Abusi, and we'll do it all over again. Reverse order. Ricochets off of Gomez, out of bounds. Throw in for the Defiance. Trout does such. That ball forward. But the flag up, offsides, was the recently inserted Vargas, the youngster.
It looks like Vargas has some pace here, this young man.
Yarrow was stride for stride with him, but definitely does look like some pace. Part of the arsenal for Vargas. Oh, hard challenge coming in, Abusi. Knocked Robles to the ground.
I'm not exactly sure why he did that. That's just, there's no need for that in that position.
I was going to say, probably doesn't make you miss your playing days, right?
Those do hurt the next day, that's for sure.
It's non-contact up here in the booth. Maybe a fist pound when we get some good stats in.
Oh,
and about it again.
That's
and wow. So sent off.
That is not a very wise play from Abusi. We just talked about the previous foul, and now he commits this one. He puts the referee in a very bad position where he cannot not card him.
Pascal Abusi will be sent off after two very aggressive challenges.
If you look here, that's a definite red card. He comes in with his studs up, straight up, after committing a previous foul. You just cannot do that at any level.
Connor Trout, the player that is down on the pitch. So ejected will be Pascal Abusi.
So Tyler, we were talking earlier about mental lapses and mental mistakes. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This stuff cannot happen at this juncture of the game, because when you play against a good team, they will punish you.
Well, and that was to the point that you had made in the conversations you had with head coach Darren Powell, where this team has fallen off track, excuse me, throughout the course of this young season, and something that Alan Marcina keeping an eye on and shaking his head.
I'm not sure what Alan's shaking his head at. We did have the privilege to see it in slow motion. It's a definite red.
Well, maybe shaking his head at the points that you had been making. You have a team in San Antonio that's absolutely controlling this match. They have done almost at will what they wanted to with the ball against the Defiance.
I think you're absolutely correct, Tyler. He's very mad that a player would do this at this level. You have to maintain a level of professionalism. You cannot commit those type of silly fouls.
And of more import, Connor Trout, who's down on the pitch, is now set up, still being attended to, being looked at. Hearing from the lead official, Luis Guardia.
I'm glad to see this young man is up because that really was a nasty tackle.
So Drought now up on both feet. Seeing if he can stay on.
That's a great ball.
Back underway. Ball right into stomach of Cardoni.
So look what's happened here. Immediately you see we only have one option now as opposed to before 3. So we've dropped one of the players back into the midfield and it becomes a totally different game and a different dynamic.
Restrepo, the lone player, remaining up top. So what does that do for Tacoma? Can they find some confidence playing with an extra man?
Goal.
Cross sent in.
Wow.
And it was dangerous. You thought for sure that was going to go into the back of the net, but Cardoni there. Ball didn't have as much pace as
he
could
just
have potentially
mishits it.
had.
He mishits it. Once again, this has to be a goal. Especially at this juncture, what has just happened, that's how you start to gain momentum.
Well, and the irony, much to the chagrin of the home fans here on the Noche de Celebration. It was Drought that created that opportunity. Player that was down earlier, but apparently from that, no ill effects.
You can just see the intensity changing here. This young Tacoma team is starting to have some confidence. They're starting to believe in themselves. They're a man up. They obviously know that.
Well, this coming Monday, make sure you check out the official USL Championship Power Rankings only on USLChampionship.com. See where SAFC falls in to things, where Tacoma will fall in, where the rest of the league aligns. As getting looked at again is Connor Drought.
He's done for the night. I can assure you this young man is not faking this injury. He really did take a hit.
And it looks like he will sit down. Connor Drought sitting down, take you back to the challenge from Pascal Abusi that led to the red cards. Really flipped things around, and in your eyes, no doubt about that.
Anytime you come in with a high foot like that, it's a straight red. Unfortunately, the crowd doesn't see it that way. We are privy to slow motion replays here, but that is a definite red card.
Denso Ulysses coming on in the space of drop. Yeah, unfortunately, sometimes the crowd, they don't care about the replay. We get to see it. And the right call.
It's a noche de celebración.
I think there's a couple of promotions going on in the stadium as well that may lead to some livelihood. Enjoying the night.
The crowd is definitely enthusiastic.
Big weekend here in San Antonio.
It is Fiesta Week.
Trying to shoot that ball through the wickets.
That's a great switch.
SAFC would like to do their part. Fiesta Week. Celebrate coming back home. They will go on the road this coming weekend, but then 2 more consecutive matches here at home. The 2 wins on the season, both have come here at home. Very comfortable have they shown thus far, San Antonio here at Toyota Field. And partner, you had mentioned it, just how the complexion of this game has been able to change, given that there is an extra man on the pitch.
Yeah, it's very evident. You can really see that this team has a bit of hope, and when you give any team a bit of hope, especially this young, it's not a good thing. The intensity since that foul, the ball has been on our half the last 4 to 5 minutes.
That was Dillon with another opportunity. Justin Dillon, 6'3" forward. A nice header that he nearly plunked over, but Cardoni was right there for another save.
San Antonio has to make sure and keep their heads. This is the kind of stuff you see the momentum shifting. The frustration starts to set in. You've got to maintain your level of professionalism here.
Restrepo will receive a yellow. He was very unhappy, thought he was the one being challenged. Boots the ball afterwards.
He's actually right. You see him there flexing his muscle. It's a great 50-50 challenge. He's frustrated, but there's no need to kick the ball away.
So Walter Restrepo with a yellow card. Now things here in a 3-0 ball game have gotten very passionate, very heated.
So you see Jamison walking up to Restrepo. Obviously, he's very fired up. He wants to keep the momentum going. He wants to score a goal. Jamison's trying to calm him down a bit, which is very wise.
We've seen aggression from San Antonio, but maybe not the aggression that you were looking for, what we were talking about in between the 2 halves.
I really think this is what Darren was alluding to yesterday. You've got to keep your heads. You've got to stay in the game. You cannot make these, I call them mental lapses as a professional, because against good teams, they will come back to hurt you.
So approaching the 70th minute after seeing 3 goals in the opening half, we've seen 2 cards, a red and a yellow, go against the home side. Can they collect themselves and get back to that form that we saw? A challenge from Barmby, shoots that ball out of bounds, throw in for Tacoma.
That's what I call a typical English tackle there.
And why do you call it that?
Feet first, very tough. You just, it's the English mentality.
Barmby, the 24-year-old from Harlow, England, is now tied for the team lead. Ever Guzman, 3 goals as well. Khan moving forward. Just out in front of Jamison the 4th.
I'd like to see number 34 for Tacoma get on the ball more. He's a joy to watch.
It's Daniel Robles.
Right idea. Great switch. Excellent.
To go back to that whole youth idea that we've talked about for Tacoma, Robles, born in 2002, 17 years old, folks.
Tyler, you're making me feel old, bud.
Grew up in Buren, Washington, did Robles. Part of the U17 USA national team.
Yeah, he has a bright future, this young boy. It's great to see, it really is. So this is the type of stuff, the type of play. The crowd's behind you, of course, but you cannot let the crowd start agitating you, and it starts agitating the referee, and then it's just one thing leads to another. You've got to maintain cooler heads here. You'll see here, yes, the ball never went out.
And if you see Kai Green, I believe what the whistle was drawn is that he was vocal.
You've got to leave the referees alone. You can't change their mind.
Towards the officials. And obviously there's a ton that goes into that. We don't get to see every play. We're focused around the ball. We're not seeing every challenge and all the things that are happening throughout the course of the match that lead to a player feeling a certain way or reacting in a certain way. But it goes back to the overall conversation and his composure, especially composure in a match that you have held complete control of. Can you keep it up and build on it?
That's exactly right. You want to keep building on it, and you do not want to do anything that's going to take away from building on that. Here we go again. So this perhaps should have, I'd like to see the replay, see if this is a penalty kick. The crowd senses it, sees it. And so now you see Restrepo telling the ref, look at the monitor, it's a clear red. But you leave the referees alone. And guess what? That's a difficult call to make. It does hit his hand.
So the corner for San Antonio is cleared out by Tacoma.
Great exchange by these two.
Well, that was something you mentioned prior to the start of the match, talked about it in the open. We're really excited to see Jamison the fourth, Restrepo, and Gomez up top, what they would be able to do in trio. And along with Jack Barmby, that quartet of players for San Antonio has looked really good throughout the match, linking passes together, opportunities. Opportunity here for Tacoma. Dylan.
Wow, he should have taken this much earlier. Much earlier. I'm not exactly sure why he waited here.
Well, Dylan is going to have the yellow jersey of Matthew Cardoni in his head when he leaves San Antonio, as he has been in front of everything he's put.
He's doing everything
towards
right.
Goal.
Back to the four that you mentioned, you're absolutely correct, Tyler. It's fun to see these four guys link up all together because they're fast, they're pacey, they all like to play with each other. It's very, very evident here. We're seeing it as we speak.
Jamison losing it momentarily. Barmby collecting. The whistle blown, that will go against the Defiance.
I'll be honest, what you're seeing here, Tyler, when you have a player do the tricks that he was just doing on the ball, at a soccer player level, many times it's very frustrating, and so you want to stick a foot in, and you're trying to send the other team a message, hey, look, you're not going to keep toying with us.
When you saw that too after Jamison the fourth was on the pitch, Burkholz going in and collecting the ball, and quickly coming in was Guardia, the head official.
Watch this. All this little trickery is great. It's fun to see, but as a
competitor,
you don't want to see that happen. You're not going to let it happen.
You're not standing for it, right?
Which I like to see in this young team.
Turning testy out there indeed. Seen Burkholz in on a couple challenges.
But these players are used to it, and they should be used to it. Just imagine if this game was 1-0 or 2-1, Tyler. These are the kinds of games that you've got to have a level head here.
Alex Burkholz played last year for San Diego State. Every minute of the season. Tied for third on the team. Tacoma this year in minutes played coming into this match. We get updates and alerts all year long by following your club on ESPN.com. Search for SAFC or whomever you follow, and then click on the follow button to keep up with the latest news and scores, plus get reminders on your club's next match. Go to ESPN.com now and click the follow button for your club. Tyler Denning, Gabe Garcia here in the 77th minute, Toyota Field, San Antonio, Texas. Beautiful evening. Early on in this USL Championship season. San Antonio 2-4-1 on the season, but 2-1-1 here at home. The Defiance 2-6-0, 0-4-0 on the season on the road. As Billy Forbes, the 28-year-old midfielder from Turks and Caicos, will come and check in. Bradford Jamieson, the fourth, will sit down. Goal tonight, his third goal of the season, ties Ever Guzman and Jack Barnby for the team high with 3. So Forbes on, what does he bring as a sub?
Obviously, he's a fan favorite of a lot of San Antonio fans here. He's pacey, fast, and very, very tricky. I thought Jamieson had a great game tonight. I really did. He did a lot of stuff off the ball.
Billy Forbes scored in the 40th minute of the season opener for SAFC, but no goals in his 4 games since. After playing for Phoenix last year, was an all-league second-team player with SAFC in 2017. Scored 10 goals, a team record 9 assists that year. As you mentioned, how he had gained favor with the home crowd.
This is a perfect game for him to start building confidence, to score a goal and start getting on a hot streak, because he is the type of player, if he gets confidence, look out.
6th match of the year that Forbes has played in. He's played 309 minutes coming in. Does have that 1 goal, 8 shots, 3 of them on goal thus far. See more opportunities for Tacoma in the second half, especially after the red card sent Pascal Abusi off. So playing a man down is San Antonio.
That's an excellent ball. Wow. This player for Tacoma, number 46 in white, Kingston, he has a very good right foot on set pieces. I've been impressed with his set plays.
It's Peter Kingston.
Oof. It's a great ball. Let it go.
Forward finds Gomez, has Restrepo in the middle. Tried to find him, but Defiance defender there.
It's an excellent defensive play. That's a hard ball to stop when you're running against the grain.
Barmby to Gomez. Back to Green. Green will go to Gomez. Chip back with the heel to Barmby. Moves it back to Gomez. Cutting in, already made one man miss. We'll pause for a moment. And that ball sent out of bounds by Gomez, as you see in the right upper portion of your frame. Still a player down for Tacoma. It's Enrique Montana, player down on the pitch. Now up, walking.
Wow, you see in the replay there he gets corkscrewed. So he's having some knee issues.
Can't imagine that if you call it a corkscrew, it's something that feels good, especially when it pertains to the knee area. Barmby with his hands up, unmarked, wide open in the middle, but looking for Restrepo. Just over the crossbar. Could have been in the upper netting. Restrepo will want to go out too after that.
This is a shame. It looks like he hurt his Achilles. He's done something bad here. When you see a player rolling around like that, it's pretty serious. Excellent ball by Forbes. Oh, no.
Billy Forbes, who just came on. Wow. And you see on the replay there, it was the right boot, it looked like, of Walter Restrepo that got caught in the pitch.
Yeah, this is not good. His body's going one way, momentum going one way. Your foot gets stuck. I hope it's not a knee or Achilles. That looked pretty serious. Yeah, he's crying. Wow.
We had talked about Restrepo at the top of the show and being inserted into that middle position, his second start of the season, and the impact that he's had on the match. No goals, but his foot and imprint has been on a lot throughout this match. Had a chance to get the fourth. We look one more time.
Yeah, obviously this is not good, and you can see Restrepo, he's clearly in pain, and he's clearly very upset, and rightly so. I was talking to Darren yesterday about this player, and he's come a long ways from preseason, and to see this, wow. Let's hope he walks it off. So he's trying to put some weight on his knee.
So hopefully everything all right, judging by the indication and the reaction from Restrepo. Hopefully just a major scare and nothing long term for the 20-year-old from San Diego, California. So he will be helped off the field, play back underway in the 85th minute. Christian Pirano will come in to take the spot of Restrepo.
Yeah, this is a really, you talk about dynamic, Christian Pirano. This is one exciting player to watch. He has a very low center of gravity, and he's extremely tricky on the ball. We call him the Pirano.
Pirano, 19 years old, has played in all 7 games, starting 4 times, 402 minutes played coming into this one. Made his pro debut last year for the Argentinian first division side, San Martín de San Juan, after 4 years in their youth system.
Interesting story about Christian. I've repeatedly asked the coaching staff, where did they find this young man? And all of them still do really not know. He just appeared in a preseason and an open tryout, excuse me.
Toronto over to Forbes. Going for the right post. So the Piranha, as you called him, trying to find Billy Forbes.
It's a great ball. Billy has to hit the target here. Great turn. And you can see he tries to hit it with the inside of his foot, but as a player, you have to make the goalkeeper make a save.
And you'd mentioned that for Forbes, the opportunity coming in to this match as a substitute to try to gain some of that finishing form that we had seen 2 years ago.
Exactly.
In an SAFC jersey.
Exactly. He really needs, this is a confidence, a game-building confidence for Billy and all this team. But he is usually a starter, and he wants to get back in the lineup. If you're going to get back in the lineup, you need to score goals like that.
We can see the fresh legs of Pirano. Beautiful ball.
Excellent.
Going forward, trying to find Billy Forbes, but just ricochets out of bounds. We'll select the official ball supplier of the USL Championship and many of the finest leagues in the world since 1947. Select has been the leader in soccer ball quality and innovation. For the latest Select products and special offers, please visit selectsportamerica.com. Jack Barnby will go off, clapping to the fans. Fans obviously very pleased with the 2-goal effort.
He
the
had
Englander.
I'm sorry, Tyler. He had an excellent game. He really did. I really wanted to see him have a hat trick, but 2 goals is great on the night.
Rafa Castillo will come in, having been injured most of the season.
You're going to get to see Rafa here. He's a free kick specialist. He's going to bend this over the wall and into the corner.
Back to look at the challenge that will lead to the coming free kick.
I will say, number 72 in white, he is feisty. He's out there hustling.
It's Joel Ridestrand.
That's what you want to see out of a young team like this that's down.
Inserted as a sub for Rogers, their captain for the evening. Castillo. Well over. The next game for SAFC, back in action next Sunday on the road to take on New Mexico United, 6:30 p.m. Catch the action on ESPN+. SAFC will be back here at Toyota Field Saturday, May 11th at 7:30 p.m. to take on Orange County FC. San Antonio looking for another win to go on the table. As we hit the 90th minute, 6 minutes. Stoppage time will go on to this one.
You can see how dynamic the Piranha is here in midfield. I mean, look at this. Absolutely incredible, his center of gravity and athleticism.
Just moving around, you saw. Defenders, the ball.
Yeah, he's very confident on the ball.
I think one point of concern potentially, in spite of the fact that the 3 goals are on the board and this looks as if it'll be a convincing win for SAFC. Talked about the first half disparity. They had come in to this match, 10 goals on the season, 8 in the first half, just 2 in the second half. That's what hurt them in their last match. One in which they had gone on the road, up 2-0, but then concede 3 goals in the second half. We talked about it at halftime, what they needed to do and the focus that they needed to come out with to possibly build on what they had done in the first half. So that had potentially lacked at times. We saw some aggression. But is that one of the takeaways you look at this? This team needs to find a way to get better in second halves of games?
Absolutely. The 2 positive takeaways: number 1, we scored goals. Number 2, as of yet, we have not conceded. Having said that, the second half has to be better. You cannot, and it all starts from these what I call mental errors, the silly yellow card that led to the straight red. Against a good team, it's a different ball game.
Positive, though, is you want to start building, well, win at home. This one, along with 2 more coming up, the next 4, including this game, will be here in San Antonio, a place that this team historically has been very comfortable. So trying to work their way up the table, that will help. But like you said, just a couple of blemishes throughout the course of this match that maybe against a Tacoma team not going to cost you. But as you go forward and you play against your rivals, you play against the teams that know you well, and those more hotly contested matches, especially towards the end of the season, those are things you have to clean up.
Absolutely. If you expect to continue winning in this league, there are veteran teams that we're going to play against that will punish you under these circumstances. So what I'm looking for the last minute of the game, 2 to 3 minutes, Tyler, is are we still in this game mentally? Even though we're up 3-0, are we trying to finish strong? Are we tracking back? Are we making runs?
Tacoma will continue their road swing, going from here to Oklahoma City to face off against the Energy next Saturday. So this team has journeyed all across the country. This road stand started at Orange County, then they go to Vegas, then to Phoenix, here to San Antonio, and to OKC, and finally get to go home to play 3 in a row against Portland, Reno, and Fresno. Sure, this young group will be happy to get back home. Seen some moments of maturity from them, though, tonight. Saw some good opportunities for number 99, Dylan, but also in a testy match in the second half where they could have potentially lost their composure. They played like a very mature team at times.
That's well said, Tyler. There was a 15-minute span where they actually had the ball in our half the majority of the time.
Team predominantly comprised of very young players. Talked about 17 and 18-year-olds.
I think that's the first time Michael LaHood in the midfield has actually touched the ball more than 3 or 4 times. He's such a clean player. Everything is 1 and 2 touch. It's great to see.
So that's the final whistle. It will be win number 3 on the season for SAFC. Second clean sheet of the year for Cardoni and the San Antonio Defense. And their second consecutive win and clean sheet here at home. Have to feel good to be home and get the victory. A lot of bright spots in this one, scoring 3 goals.
Absolutely. At the end of the day, it's a victory. They can hopefully take the positives. They scored goals. They kept a clean sheet. They need to take this momentum into these next games and move forward.
So SAFC next in action next Sunday on the road against New Mexico United at 6:30 p.m. That'll be here on ESPN+. They'll be back here at Toyota Field Saturday, May 11th at 7:30 p.m. to take on Orange County FC. The story of the night, the 3 goals for the home side. Bradford Jamison IV started it off in the 9th. Jack Barnby with a brace came in the 19th and the 24th minute. SAFC very sharp offensively to the tune of 3 goals, notching their 3rd win of the season. We enjoyed having you here on this night of celebration in San Antonio. I'm Tyler Denning for Gabe Garcia, our whole crew. We're out of here.
Cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.